Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday morning live. My name is Autumn. This is my husband Richard. We go live here on our YouTube channel. Yeah, you do whatever you. I can never get it right.
That's okay.
Every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You can also catch us here on Watch Autumn Keto every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for hashtag Hawaka Wednesday. Ooh, we are struggling this morning.
What is that?
We're freezing.
Oh, you always cold. So. Y'all don't tell me what your
I have cold hands.
Lord.
I do have very cold hands right now.
My jaw, give me lockjaw.
Yeah, sorry if we're freezing, guys. I can't control that. So.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy Sheeler here says smash the like button. Gigi's here says good morning, everyone. Brenda's here says good morning.
It has been more than
Meeting
a couple
Wellness
of days.
is here, says good morning. Evelyn's here, says good morning, Autumn, Richard, and
Hey,
Gigi,
Evelyn.
and Brenda. Girl, I'm gonna need you to separate the messages, okay? You just say hi to me in one message, and then you say hi to everybody else in a completely separate message, okay? I don't need to be grouped in. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say you always just kidding.
Carl Keto Dog with We Love Dogs spelled that way. It's here, says good morning.
Good morning, Carl. And
Trish is here, says good morning. Hi, Trish. How you doing? Mom's here, says howdy, Autumn, Rich, and the White Fam. Hello, mother. Brianna's here. It says good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Leanne's here, says good morning.
Hey,
Uncle Big Guy's here, says howdy, y'all. Hi, Autumn, Richard. I'll accept this. This is also an acceptable, combined greeting. So I'm just saying.
You always
B16's here. Says good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
Susan, funny. It's not really funny. It's just it's just a laughing quietly to myself. It's just a slight. But when I was traveling for work this week, leaving out of Atlanta, the gate that I left out of to come back home was gate B16, and I was just like, that's it. That wasn't really funny, but I was just like, there you go. Maybe it did, in fact, make me think of you. So there's that.
Use what we call a weirdo.
Jen's here. Says morning, everyone.
Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Good morning.
Is that what your hair looks like now?
Oh,
it just looks blonde, which go for it. But is that a current picture? Please. I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long. Diane's here. Says good morning.
Some people say the same.
Yes, Evelyn. Sorry, Autumn. I thank you.
Hair?
I appreciate it. It's like you can't fix what you don't know for certain, right? And now I'm just making it super clear. Okay.
Do not encourage.
Shelly's here. Says happy Sunday, Whack Fam. Oh, what's up? Nothing. Just happy to be home. Cindy's here. Says hello, Autumn and Richard. Lolo's here. Says good morning, family.
Good morning, all.
I know Trish says I feel like it's been so long. It has. It really has.
Yeah.
So
we weren't last Sunday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I find that amusing. That's just that's exactly what it was just like. So there you go. Just wanted to let you know.
Yes.
It wasn't like, oh my God, funny story. Because people be lying when they say that. And I'm like, ma'am, that story was not funny. Maybe slightly amusing or endearing at best, but not funny, So there's that.
I will agree there. Yes, 100%.
Yes. Jen said we need to set up a date to continue our escape room adventures.
Yay.
Now that we do. In fact, need to do. So that
was kind of fun.
It was.
I'm not even gonna lie.
It was very fun.
The
only thing that I did not like, which I feel like they should anticipate, and maybe you have to buy expansion packs or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I didn't like how they only gave you one copy of the true material, and it's just
you had to take pictures of it.
Yeah, you had to take pictures of it. You had to share it. They should give you multiple versions of the material, or access to those documents for you to print yourself. Because you should get a new version of the material each time you play. If you play with other people or something, or even if you give it to other people.
Games? You mean multiple games or just
no, the same materials for the same game?
Okay.
Because here's the thing: even if y'all lend that to a friend or whatever, because that's the thing about these escape room boxes, which I'm really interested in understanding the turnover. But once you do them once, they're kind of done, right? Is there an exchange program? I don't know. But regardless, even if you let somebody borrow it, it's just you need to write all the materials over again, right? And then it's read this, read this manual, but the manual is only this big. They should at least give you multiple copies so everyone can read their own copy of it.
I'm confused. Do you want more games or?
No, I'm not even talking about more games. Okay. Yes, I want more games.
So when you say lend it out to somebody,
It's just like
they're gonna chew on it or something.
no, but it's just like even if Jen and Brian have friends, like and they have like 4 people that they want to play an escape room, even if they give them their whole thing, there's still only one. Like it's like the same materials that like might have like chip stains on them at this point because like they've been used. They should have like 20-30 copies of the material.
Just multiple, so that way you don't have to take pictures of it.
Exactly. And especially when it's like, especially when it is dependent upon like everyone kind of seeing the communicate or the information and talking about it. Like even that first one where we had to like look in the dungeon, it's like, okay, now you look at this way, then I'll look at this way. Then you like, if we could have all been studying it independently or even 2 per side, you know, but I mean, I know that's more money and printing for them to do, but they should at least give you like paper to print. Like they should give you access to the digital documents so that you can print them yourself.
Well, you get fancy.
Trisha, you both look great. Thank you, but also don't talk about the way my husband looks. Thank you very much. So he's just all mine for real. Like I don't need you to like admire his physical specimen in any way. Okay, thank you. Dustin's here, says I'm here, but I have to jet.
We appreciate you guys.
Middle child popped a tire and I have to run to the rescue. That's I mean, true that, right? Yeah. Kids just needing you all the time.
Sounds like you and your sister. Yeah.
Oh, what? But she would call me.
No, well, I mean, just when you're a child and your parents come to the rescue.
Yeah.
Or your grandparents or anybody who watches you.
Yeah. As a child. Nan's here says good morning. As an adult sometimes. Beautiful people. Oh, Bettina's here says good morning, everyone.
Hey, Bettina.
I love that name.
Okay, don't be looking at people's names.
I'm just saying.
Use is my wife.
Okay, not I can admire. So I was traveling this week for work. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. It was beautiful. Like I had been there before, maybe 8 to 10 years ago for work. And I was just like, well, love this, you know, like just the mountains all around, even though everything was brown but just like the dry flatness, like we just don't have that climate here. So anytime I get to see that climate, I'm just like, like I
always
love
say
it.
that there's so many beautiful states in this great country of ours that you can just
drive
or fly
and so many different climate like terrains. You know, like a lot of countries you have to go really far, or you might have to go to a different country in order to experience the mountains or the deserts or like the swampy wetlands or like the great rolling plains, right? Like the fact that we have all of those, like, just don't get me wrong, the United States is big, so like you had to fly, but like it's the same country though. So
it's pretty massive.
Yeah. So Jen said, so what are you watching now that football is gone? Love is Blind.
I was gonna say you're falling down the Netflix hole.
I'm falling back down the Netflix hole. Love is Blind, The Traitors. I'm still watching that. Although we need to catch up on that.
So is that Netflix and Peacock?
We need to start Reacher on Amazon. Yeah. And then I mean, there's just a whole bunch of streaming shows. But here's the thing: due to the writer strike and whatnot, like football is gone, but network television has just ramped back up. Like we're literally just seeing the season premieres of all of these shows. So like the FBI's, Abbott Elementary is one that we've already jumped into, right? There's just other like network television shows that I am still watching.
You so cute, no.
Network television show that's really great, if I haven't mentioned already, is Found. Even though that just came, I think, on its first season finale, and maybe that was a while ago, to be honest. But still, I just finished it. We just finished it like a couple weeks ago.
Was Peacock as well, right?
Peacock, yes, but it's also NBC because it comes on television.
Yes.
Where I don't like The Traitors doesn't come on television, like it's just on Peacock. You know, so there's a difference.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's mostly Netflix these days.
Yes, you're a weirdo.
And then like a bunch of other things. So yes.
Yes, be weird.
Bettina said, Autumn, I've been a sub for years. Oh, thank you, but took a break from keto, so it's been a while since I've watched. Aww. Love that YouTube still brings me back to some wonderful people doing keto board now. That's amazing.
There you go.
Thank you for coming back. So funny story, like I'm not keto anymore. Like, you know, like this, like, yeah, like it's, you either go one way. I feel like you go ketovore, carnivore, or you just go like low carb, you know, like don't get me, and that's why all these words, in my opinion, don't really make a difference anyway. Like they're just like literally a sliding scale of the proper human diet, you know, in terms of your health. So I definitely veered over to like
a good old PhD.
Yeah, like I veered back toward like a low carb, whole food, you know, situation. So like I eat rice and beans and fruit and things like that.
Just
and
based on how your body is built,
it's improved the quality of my life tremendously.
You can never do a keto. You can never do a
carnivore diet. Yeah,
because you have no lower intestines.
You guys, you remember I told you about that? Like I told you about ever since I've started to incorporate like the carbs back in my diet, like the rice and the beans. And the like low carb tortillas and things like that. But I really think it's like the lettuce, the rice, and the beans. My bathroom issues have completely gone away. Like
I think it boils down to when Maria Emmerich told you something you never thought about.
Yes. Well, it was a piece of biology that I didn't understand, that the small intestine is good for digesting like meat and protein and fat, and the large intestine is good for digesting like fiber and carbs and things like that.
And because of your situation,
I am missing a good portion of my small intestine. So the digestion process doesn't get to finish like with all the meat and fat because I don't have like the rest of the length of the race for the food to go down.
Your Crohn's disease.
Because of my Crohn's disease.
They remove your lower
40 centimeters of it.
You can't digest the same things most other people can.
Yeah, in the same quantity. Like here's the thing, I can eat meat, but you know, like by adding more fiber and carbs and things like that, it does. And it's a bad situation, right? So like this has really slowed it down and it's just made it so much better. So like I said, again, I'm happy.
It boils down to each individual person is different.
Yeah, Meeting Wellness says we have all the climates in Southern California. Exactly. I'm an hour away from the snow, the beach, the desert. Yes, I do know about that.
Well,
you know,
it's also because you're so long.
Yeah, Leanne said we're in Salt Lake and we enjoyed the meetup at Keto Chow. Yeah, I saw that happened yesterday. That's pretty dope. Can't wait for KPL24. Neither can we. I'm excited.
Go ahead, Leanne.
Trisha, Found is a TV show on Peacock and
NBC.
Yeah, the coolest part of it, because once I saw that Mark Paul Gosselaar was in it, aka Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, like I will watch anything that like Mark Paul Gosselaar is in, right? Just because like I'm supporting you no matter what. In this TV show, he's the bad guy. He's the villain, you know? And we're used to seeing Mark Paul. I mean, you can tell very quickly that he's the villain. And in most TV shows, he's either like the cool guy or like the corporate like lawyer, you know, like just like the high profile guy. This one's like, oh, that's a bad dude, you know. But it's really cool to see him be able to play that. And then the rest of the story is good, you know. But like,
as all actors, you wanna grow and involve your trait. You know what I mean? So him playing a villain is like, I want to do something different I've never done before.
Oh, Madeline said, love the traitors, especially the Australia and UK ones. Maybe we'll have to watch those, but right now we're just going with the good old US of A one that is filmed in Ireland. Is it Scotland? Scotland. It's Scotland.
That's one of those.
Yeah, no, it's not Ireland. Yes. So
he does a lot of kilt wearing.
Yeah, exactly. And like rolling of the R's in a real Scottish way. But Tina says, oh, yes, it's all about what's best for you. I did paleo in my keto break and I realized it wasn't for me, but I love finding people who get that food is the key to health. Oh, exactly. This.
Ding, ding, ding.
Exactly.
As
right?
Dr. Berry always coins.
Yes.
Proper human diet.
Yeah. She said, so glad that you figured that out with the digestive issues. Yeah, I was just like, well, I guess I'm just stuck doing this for the rest of my life. And I was just like, but I don't like it. Doesn't seem sustainable to like have immediate onset explosive diarrhea every time I need to go to the bathroom. Like, what if I'm on a plane? It
hurts both of us.
Or what? Exactly. I mean, it just wasn't. And then I just made the decision, like, who am I trying to do this for? Because here's the thing. We would go, like, I started incorporating like more carbs back into my diet, and we would go to the doctor, and the doctor's just like, you all are so healthy, it makes no sense, you know, have such, you know, stable blood sugar, your A1C looks good, your blood pressure is good. I had her test our fasting insulin, looks great, you know, and it's just like, we thankfully we don't have metabolic issues that prevent us from being able to like digest carbs and maybe higher glycemic foods. Like our metabolism can, you know, we're not insulin resistant, basically what it comes down to, right? Okay. And so it's like I have more leeway to incorporate those foods into my diet without having like detriment to my health, right? The only difference is, I would say, is that like I'm also no longer not really tracking my food or obsessed. I'm really working on listening to my body in terms of how much I like to eat, which has resulted in weight gain. You know, like everybody knows here, I've probably gained 30, 40 pounds, like from the lowest that I was, you know, like I'm sitting at like I'm sitting
2 months ago.
Yeah, like 220, you know, and even higher since the new year, right? Well, since Christmas, I mean. So like I'm kind of working my way back down from like the month of December. I was like, I don't care, which that's really my goal for this year, is to not do that anymore. It's just like to still care, right? Like still enjoy all the office bakes and cookie exchanges, but like keep it tight where I can, right? And that includes like traveling. This past week didn't do great, but I did better in the terms of like I even brought food to like take on the plane, like plane snacks, because usually the airport is like, oh my gosh, all this stimulation, what should I eat? And I was like, that food's expensive, it's never good, so let me just get my own little snacks, and so that I can pre-portion them, right? Like they're not keto, don't get me wrong, but it's just like I'm doing better in like planning ahead. That's really all I want to do. Plan, right? It's plan. And
you are a planner.
I am, and I'm that's what I'm focusing on, is planning and being intentional about what I eat. And so like not unfortunately, but just like when you're online and in this community, just one of the largest measures of success is like, well, how much smaller is your body now than it used to be, right? And the answer for me is like not much. Because don't get me wrong, I remember when I starved myself and I got down to like 155, like that was also a time, right? Yeah. Like, and from the outside, it could have looked like, oh my God, that's the pinnacle of success, going from a large body to a small body. But like I was suffering a lot in that whole instance, and I was like, I don't want to suffer anymore, you know? And so when you decide that you don't want to suffer, and then you eat more food, your body gets bigger, that's when people are like, oh no, you're failing. And I was just like, oh no, y'all can kick rocks, because I'm actually happier now, right? Also, and a lot of people are in denial, like you could never be happier at a larger weight or at more body. And that's just not true. Like I really hope people find that out for themselves. A smaller body is not going to make you happier. It's not going to fix your issues.
Well, also you're leaving out a huge chunk is that you really dove headfirst into the exercise portion of living, where I
love fitness, you know, and I always have.
Doing that way more than you've ever done before.
And I always have, and so now I'm happy that I've pushed. Found a routine that works for me. Like, we switched to Crunch Fitness because they have the group classes. I made it a point to try out all the different group classes so that I would know which ones I want to like and go to. Like, I really am putting that part of my life into
living at the gym.
I do live and work at the gym, guys. It's official. I work at the gym. I will keep you up to date when I have like a class schedule. But yeah, like this is the most excited I'm like about my health, about anything that I've been in a long time, because it's like completely what I want to do. I'm not conforming to any external rules in order to remain keto or remain ketovore or carnivore. Like I just really don't care about the labels. I care about eating in a way every day that I enjoy, that like supports my metabolic health.
There you go.
But I'm just not concerned with the size of my body anymore. Yeah. So, it's just going to be what it is,
Well, also you're on the right path though. So I don't think it matters to that degree, because it'd be different if you were like eating McDonald's every day.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm eating food that supports my health, right?
So you're still on the right road.
Exactly.
So you don't have to look at every stop sign and road.
No.
You don't have
and
to
be like, oh, I'm not keto anymore. Now that means I can have like 97 breadsticks, right? Like it's just, I'm happy that I've come to this conclusion, but like still wanting to put my actual health first, So
you're just leaning way more into the exercise.
Whereas keto was like, oh no, breadsticks, I can never have those. Now I'm just like, I will take 2 and I will enjoy them. Thank you so much, right? So
and then slide the plate away.
Well, yeah,
and you can have the rest.
Well, but here's the thing, like, but before I've eaten the 2 breadsticks, I've also eaten like 2 chicken breasts. Like I prioritize the protein and the good food, like the high quality healthy food.
On the right road.
They don't take my breadsticks.
You're on the right road, so you don't have to read.
Trish said, hello, your story made me rethink Autumn because I had a bowel resection. Yeah, so if you had a bad bathroom time, then just like go to it.
Well, it's like you need to, like I said, the body has to be able to digest the things you ingest. Yeah. So if you can't do that, you're kind of needing the...
You're not what you eat, you're what you absorb. Brianna said, I've been low carb since getting pregnant. It's interesting that I'm not feeling carb obsessive, though. I was able to eat a small amount of carbs and not want to binge. And this is what I've been able to find is like the more that you de-sensationalize the food, like the less you feel this inherent desire for it. Like I have the equivalent of like a quarter cup of rice and a quarter cup of beans every day with my salad. And it's just like, now I don't even have to worry. I'm just like, oh, rice, please, if I'm at Chipotle, load up the rice, please. Like, I don't need that. Like, I just had rice yesterday, you know, like I can focus on eating the food to putting health first versus like, ooh, I'm eating carbs. What can I have? Because who knows when I can have this again, right? Exactly. And I've talked about that before. That drove a lot of my binging is when's the next time I'm going to be able to have this? So let me gobble, eat all of it right now, you know? Yeah. Whereas it's like, I remember those days. If I just had like 3 Oreos yesterday, I don't need like an entire package of Oreos today. But you know, if it's been 8 months since I had Oreos, then I'm just like, oh, Oreos, you know, like and then I don't plan on eating them again for another year.
You make yourself sick.
Then you make yourself sick. Yeah, and you know, like
literally make yourself sick.
I physically, personally, one does not make themselves sick. I would eat until I was sick, right? Yes, so there you go. And that would be like, Jen said, "I love the Traders." Me too. I love Alan Cummings as well. So, Brianna said there are these funny videos that talk about Saved by the Bell and how Zach Morris is trash. As a character on the show, pretty much all of those guys are really bad. So,
history.
Yeah, so
what we grew up with, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And I think it was like the symbolism of high school. Like,
Trish had always bring food when I fly just because exactly it's expensive and it's not worth it.
You ain't lying.
It's not worth it.
I always bring me a thing of jerky.
Yeah, he does love jerky. Bettina said, not worth it to suffer for aesthetics. Exactly. You get to decide what makes you feel the most optimal. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, and just the problem, unfortunately, which you can beat it to people's heads, like a smaller body is not going to make you happier. You think it will. You think I'll be happy once I get that small body. You've got to work on being happy now every step of the way. Like,
well, it starts up here.
It's just a switch. A switch does not flip. When you're like, now I think I'm great. You're still gonna hate the way you look.
A certain number will make up here feel better.
Yeah, and that's not true. It just will. You get to feel better now. Like you get to Maggie. What is Maggie Sterling? Yeah. So that the podcast.
Look at you.
I call it like food, like liberation. Like I'm liberated from the obsession of having to be perfect at food in order to achieve some body looking goal. You know, like I'm not liberated. Ooh, Autumn, you can't, are those keto? Can you have those? I don't care. I'm liberated. I'm not obsessed with like, oh no, I can only eat chicken breast and broccoli because like that's what helps me. That's the only thing that makes me lose weight, right? Like it's just, I've really opened the entire world to the holistic view of like all of this stuff is supposed to improve your quality of life, right? Like your diet is supposed to improve your quality or sustain your quality of life. If your diet is making you suffer, that's not a diet you want to be on, right? Yes. And like I said, if you're being honest with myself, like there was never a time when I was keto ever. And even though I called it a lifestyle, blah, 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 you know, like all that stuff, there was never a time that I knew that I wasn't ever going to eat tortilla chips again in my life. You know, like I was like, I know that throughout the rest of my life, I'm going to be eating tortilla chips. And so I was like, is every time I eat those tortilla chips going to have to be like falling off the wagon or going off track or deviating from my plan? You know, like is every time I eat that, I'm going to have to look at it as some weird sidestepping thing? Or might I get better? And every time I eat them, which would be so infrequent because I'm keto, like I would just have to binge and eat all of them because who knows the next time I get tortilla chips again.
Disappear the second you stop.
And so it's like, I just really wanted to focus on finding a better way to eat foods that I knew I was going to be eating anyway, you know? And so instead of feeling these things I have to binge on and like, oh, I've fallen off the wagon, like, let me just figure out a way to eat tortilla chips. But guess what? You can't figure out a way to eat tortilla chips and in my opinion still be keto because they diverge. And I was like, I will go this way then, you know. That's just what it turned into.
It also took a lot of learning, and a lot of mistakes along the way.
Learning. They're not necessarily mistakes so much of like, because even making a plan and then not sticking to the plan, that's just like a learning opportunity, you know. Like,
I mean, like with you trying carnivore for a while, that was a mistake.
I mean, it was still a learning opportunity, but
it's something you cannot ever.
Yeah, everyone said congrats to your new job at the gym. I'm very excited. So, Trish said so important to put your health first. I agree.
Look at that.
Trish said while we're desensationalized, I don't even know if that's a word. So, Brenda said, "Yay, thank you. I'm so excited about the drop." Uncle Big Guy says we all have to eat our own health plan. We all come with different sauces. Exactly.
I mean, Uncle Big Guy with facts.
Shelly said, "I love your mindset, Autumn. I've upped my carbs as well. Not crazy, maybe 40 to 50 grams a day, but I can add fruit or beans if I want to. I'm not obsessing or hoarding food." But I used to. I mean, yeah, like my outlook is just so much.
It relieves so much up here.
It does. It's just such a mental weight off your shoulders.
It's like you're grabbing a weight and you just let it go. Just let it go.
All of like the women hormone things, like ever since I've started incorporating the rice and the beans and the lettuce like back into my diet, my women times have just smoothed right on out. Like
you can boil an egg.
Yeah, and just like set a timer. You know, like it's regulated so many other things more than it's caused any issues, right? And so it's like, the only issue it's caused is that I have a bigger body. I don't care about that. I truly don't care. I
do not care.
Bettina says exactly, Uncle Big Guy. I just love saying Uncle Big Guy. I love hearing everyone else's methods in case it helps me, but I love knowing that I can choose what I want to follow.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. And all
Lola
of it
said,
equals...
I love what you're saying. I know I'll never say it. I'll never eat a potato again. Exactly. So it's just like I encourage everybody to reframe the way that they look at the foods that they just know they're gonna eat. And so because the way that Maggie Sterling puts it is just like, when you're so committed to like the dogma of a specific diet, it's like, oh, I'm never eating potatoes again. Yes. You know you are. Like you're eating them behind your own back, you know? Yeah. It's like you're just like, I'm never gonna eat potatoes, but my husband made mashed potatoes. Let me gobble. But that's okay, because I don't eat potatoes. Like, but yes, you do. Literally, yes, you do. Oh no, what just happened? I blacked out. You know, like it's just
and then you have so much recessive guilt
and all that stuff. What's like if you would have just planned intentionally to eat the potatoes, like a lot of that need to overindulge goes away because you're just like, oh, I'm going to eat, and not like planned in the way that I used to plan cheat days of like, okay, I'm gonna eat a whole pizza, a whole bag of Doritos, a whole this, like, because once again I got to put it on this one day because right after that I'm back on track. You know, like
completely shocked.
Yeah. So it's just like
things you would ingest on your cheat day.
Because I had to. Because when's the next time I'm gonna do that, right? When I could if I just planned potatoes tomorrow, just eat them tomorrow. You know, like
a little quarter, half, 1/4 cup.
Yeah. So, Trisha, it's exactly how I set up treatment plans for young people in my treatment center. Sobriety that day, not necessarily never having a drink again. Exactly. Which I'm not tiptoeing into like actual addiction issues, right? Like that's different. But for me personally, I never felt that way. Like I said, I never felt like a food addict. I was just a compulsive eater that would just see it, eat it, see it, grab it, you know? Yes. But a large part of that was driven from my underlying thought of I'll never be able to have this again.
There you go.
It was never once I eat it, I just can't stop. It was like, I better keep eating these because who knows when I can have this again, right? And so if there are people out there that are just like, you know, I consider myself a food addict. Once I eat, I just can't stop. Okay, maybe you got to do something different, right?
Exactly.
So I'm just saying what worked for me as a person that like recognized I wasn't a food addict. I just wasn't eating for the right reasons and with the right intentions. I've done work. Yeah, like I've done work to try to understand that, and then that way I can cope with that. You know, so
I love everything you just said.
Yeah. Brianna said, I really enjoyed incorporating fruit back in my diet. I didn't realize how much I miss fruit. Exactly. I didn't realize. And here's the thing. A lot of people, you know, they hear like when you eat rice and beans and fruit, I'm like, oh no, now that's just become the majority of your diet.
Exactly.
When it's like, oh, you're just eating everything. It's like, and you would realize you'd be surprised about how little does the trick. Like I said, a quarter cup of rice, a quarter cup of beans.
I was gonna say just
immediately
a small smidgen,
improve. I mean, just like so greatly improve my quality of life. Like I don't have to like get 3 big scoops of rice in order to be eating rice. Yourself. Yeah, you know. And so it's just like I have one of those little cups from Meijer. Like today, I bought because it was on sale, strawberries with pineapples under it. Because just like you know, it was one of them where it's about to go bad. Like today is the sell by date. I'm like you get this for 50% off, and I'm like, why? Yes, I will. Right? I'm enjoying it. Oh it's so delicious. So yeah. Yes. Oh, Trisha, especially fresh fruit in the summer. Yeah, like real actual exactly real fresh fruit. So yes, it's just I've just opened back up my world again.
I'm so proud of you. I love when you open up stuff.
Brenda said, "You're lucky. Every time I eat any of that, I get pain and sick." Comparing, to peanut allergies. Now, this is also another thing. A lot of people are like, when I eat fruit or when I eat like carbs or anything, like I get sick. And that. I'm sorry, like for that, right? Or like when I eat dairy, I get sick. I do not. Like I have. The only reason I would get sick was because of the quantity of food I was eating at one time, right? It wasn't the actual food that was causing the reaction. If you have a true
allergy or anything, then yes.
Albeit
stay away.
Shelly said Maggie Sterling's podcasts are super helpful. I don't miss them. Yeah, I'm like 2 behind, but like I'm definitely gonna download them and probably walk on the treadmill to them today. Brenda said, "Oh, tomatoes and soybeans hurt me so bad." Well, I don't like tomatoes, so they can stay out. You know. Soybeans, I know a lot of things are like made with soybeans.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. Trish said, "That's what compulsion is about, I believe. I will have it now because I'm going to take it out of my diet after this." Exactly, right? That's what a lot of my
I like everything you're saying.
Yeah, Bettina said, "Brenda, I totally get that. Certain things, even potatoes, can leave me feeling awful." I mean, honestly, I just have no bad food reactions whatsoever. Like I haven't these past few months where I have been expanding my food, choices. I just haven't had any really bad reactions. And I haven't really overeaten to the point where I've gotten sick or unable to sleep in the past either. And that's even on times where I have eaten more, because sometimes I put it on my plan to eat at a surplus. Like I am eating way more than my body needs for fuel, but that's what I'm deciding to do today, like the Super Bowl. And I had one plate, like one plate, and then one plate of dessert. Like, and when you're so desensitized to like, oh, it's just pecan pie. It's not the be all end all best thing in the world. Like, I could literally go get that whenever I want. Like it was derby pie and it was delicious.
Rarely ever look at the dessert table.
Oh, that's my husband, right?
I'm the meat.
But they had crab cakes. And I mean, they're just things. I was acutely aware of the notion that like I can't eat all of this. Like if I put 3 crab cakes on my plate, that's all I'm going to be able to eat. But then I'm going to be mad that I put all of these other things on my plate. So now I'm going to try to force myself to eat those as well because I really wanted them. I just need, unfortunately, I don't like to say my husband's right here, but like I just need to sample, like just one, just a small portion.
When you're right. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So it's just like, because I enjoy the variety, but like you can't have a true serving size when you intend to have 5 things. Like you need to have like all of those things need to make up 1 or 2 servings. Right? Yeah. Like you just can't get the large individual portion if you plan to have like all of those things.
Little sausages with sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I don't like that.
I loved all of that.
Yeah, and it's also just a lot easier to skip of like, oh no, I'll have to eat this thing that I normally wouldn't eat anyway, but like I haven't seen this in a long time. When would I see it again?
The dessert table.
Yeah, so it's just like, Evelyn said I have worse reactions to bad seed oils than I do sugars. Yeah, see, now like as I'm saying, this is what I also try to like limit as well as my exposure. Ding, like ding, ding. I don't do like salad dressing, anything that like regular mayo. Like there's just so many things that I don't do because of like the seed oil. And so it's just
I definitely agree there.
Yeah. So
that seed oil,
I get that.
You need to knock most of that out of your diet, if not all.
Sheila said Jim's doctor told him to go back to keto because his A1C is climbing. I mean, yeah, like there's like a middle. There's like a 100% on keto perfect, but then there's like, who cares anymore? I'm just eating what I want. Like there's like a middle of like the true foundation of my diet is real food. Even that low carb, like low glycemic food at that, whole real food that in my opinion is protein and fat based, then you just sprinkle stuff on top of it. The problem is a lot of people's diets are like starch and carb based, and then they put protein.
Well, that's where,
and then other things on top of that.
That's where all the learning comes from. Like now you can deviate a little bit because you have the base and the foundation of all the knowledge from all of our wonderful.
Oh, Trish said I'm not a dessert person either. Oh, I don't know what that means.
There you go, Trish.
But give me all the dinner foods. Yeah, I know.
You and me are the same.
Yes. So, oh man, Bettina says yes. I can feel the joint pains from canola oil within a couple of hours.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I try to limit that stuff as much as possible.
Seed oil is one of the worst. Okay. One of the worst.
This is it, Fizz. I was yawning so much this morning, and I got good sleep too. Like I didn't even sleep with the alarm. Do you want your mommy? Do you want your mommy? Okay, come to the mommy. Come. Oh no, was that just a joke? You want to? You got to come over here, buds. You got. There you go. Okay. And so, like, yeah, I said I had good sleep, but then I woke up this morning and I was just yawning, and I was like, apparently I didn't. So maybe the Zip Fizz can wake me up.
There we go.
Yeah, so I
think he noticed and wanted to come wake you up too.
You just want to help some mama. You want to help some mama. Oh, thank you so much for the geeses. Absolutely. I know, Pep-Pubs. I know, Pep-Pubs.
You're both weird.
I know he's
You're
my
both
Pep-Pubs.
weird.
He's my Pep-Pubs. Trish says I can eat real whole food, and I chose when to eat. I think if you eat real food and choose when to eat, you'll balance it out.
Yeah.
Something along. I mean, whatever. Yes. I mean, I think it's just really about balancing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's about learning. You have to learn what is real food.
He is cute.
And
He's also a monster. Love the baby. Yes, he is also a monster baby.
Mm-hmm.
I know my Pep-Pubs.
No, I said you have to go. You have to have a foundation of knowledge.
I agree.
Then you can deviate a little bit from
like supplement.
Yeah.
It's not really. Yeah. It's just like.
It's kind of like what you said about you can't have a whole diet based on all the bad stuff, and then be like, I'm sprinkling this nice stuff on top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat one chicken breast underneath all this bed of Spanish
pasta
rice
and cheese. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I ate the foundation of the protein.
I love it. I love it.
Sheila said, "Did you do the Zip Fizz shake?" I made my own version of it, like, but I literally started shaking it, and I like heard like the. Like I feel like air was trying to escape from the bottle. I was like, oh no, I have to open it to let some of the fizz. What happens
when you're weird.
Let the fizz release.
When you're weird.
You know. So, but yeah, I got it. It worked out in the end. It didn't like burst or like spill everywhere, which like it could do. So.
Yeah. So true.
So the title of this video is called Quick Turnaround because once again, I got in, on Thursday this past week. I leave again on Tuesday, but this is only a short day trip. So after that, I'll be home for a while. I'm excited to be home, but yeah, I'm going to Baltimore just for a short trip. Mm-hmm. Like I think this trip, especially since I'm going by myself and it's only a day, like I'm really going to plan exactly what I'm going to eat. Like just because this trip we went to, I went to Phoenix this past week, and it was with my coworker, and we were like staying really near this like cute little outlet strip mall sort of thing where they had all these little restaurants. And so I had planned to eat a salad. Like, I'm gonna eat a salad everywhere I go. But then I was like, oh, these restaurants are too cute to just eat a salad. So I ate a portion of whatever they had. Like I didn't get an appetizer, entree, and dessert. Like I don't feel like I overate, but I didn't just stick to my salad. But now I'm just like, I'm going to Baltimore. I'm gonna be by myself. I'm not trying to find.
Now we're sticking to.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to find the hot spot to eat, and I won't be there with anybody. So I'll be meeting people there, but like I won't be traveling with anybody.
Wonderful seafood town.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like the local fare cuisine anyway. So I'm just gonna try to eat some salads. So. Yeah. So. Sheila said we are going to Gaithersburg Friday through Monday for a grandson's soccer game. Oh, look at that. I don't even know how far away. I don't know how far away that is.
The wonderful city of Gaithersburg
to Baltimore. Bettina said, do you enjoy flying? Yes, I do. Just short answer, yes. I love airports.
Stay faster than driving.
I love flying. I love traveling in general. Yes. I love accumulating sky miles and points. Like I do like to travel. So I'm fortunate that my job allows me to.
For travel, I definitely prefer. I grew up driving, so I'm really enjoying the flying.
They were a road trip family. Yes. And don't get me wrong, we were too, but we went on a fair amount of flights. But yeah.
Right around any.
Yeah, no, you did not go on any flights. No, you did not.
It counts when you
in utero.
I was there.
No,
was I not there? Was I not there? It does count. I was kicking it like, what's happening? Why is the altitude changing?
Yes, no, you weren't doing that inside your mother's womb. Yes, no, but Richard didn't take a flight till we got married. Yeah. So but now he's taking, I think, a lot of flights.
No, it's been fun.
So yeah, but that means I got a lot of work to do. So I have some packing, some prepping and things. So that's what I'm doing today.
Yay!
Once again, I guess we won't be doing Whack Wednesday because I'll be getting back in town, but like I won't make it in time. So we'll catch you next Sunday, and then hopefully some more Wednesdays after that. Okay,
you'll be here for a while.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be back in town for a while. So, okay, guys, have a good day. It's supposed to be sunny and 60 here, and so let's keep it going. Like today's a good day. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye. Bye.
Bye, y'all.